It's episode 13 of our Road to Legend, and today I've got 14 battles to show you guys in the Master League, more specifically showing you guys how crazy Groudon can be. Alright, so hi to all of you guys! So anyway, in the last episode, we actually hit up to 2,159 ELO, and I did a total of 75 battles because it's 3 days worth of battles. Today I managed to finish my 25 battles after 12 AM. But before we enter the very first battle though, I'd like to mention one thing. If you guys notice, my right eye is actually a bit smaller than my left. It's because I have a bit of an eye infection on my right eye. It's called styes, I think. And Princess was just saying that, yeah, it looks really cute. I'm not too sure why did she say that. Now she's trying to control her laughter, but she's sitting over there at the corner, just trying to control her laughter now. You can say hi.
Hi guys.
Anyway, we're gonna go into the battles, and she's also normally sitting at the corner down there because she doesn't want to be on camera when I'm doing this Go Battle League commentary, because she just wants me to focus. But now she's looking at me. I'm not sure if I can concentrate. Yeah, see? Yeah, it's okay, I still can see, guys. Alright, so let's begin with the very first battle, and that is against Tamario. Some numbers at the back. Alright, so I'm still using my Garchomp team, my Garchomp, Groudon, and also Mewtwo team. I encountered a lot of people using Mewtwo as their lead. In fact, out of the 75 battles, I would say majority of them are people leading with Mewtwo. So Mewtwo is actually a big threat against my very first Pokemon, Garchomp, but I have a trick up my sleeve, as I'll show you guys later on. So I'm gonna go with my very first Earth Power, hopefully there's a debuff. Even there isn't, it's fine. So I normally would bring in my Mewtwo to catch the next charge move, which most people would use Side Strike with like 80% chance fire off his Side Strike, and like I would try and catch the Side Strike. Eventually I'll get to my very own charge move, hopefully, and not lose CMP tie. Even when we lose CMP tie, we still can use a shield. Alright, so anyway, we are just going to go ahead to see the next Pokemon is Zacian. So Zacian, we're just going to Side Strike all the way, and still there are a lot of people using Zacian also, which is isn't a big threat against my team as of now, because I have two Pokemon that are going to be resisting the Wild Charge, which is great. And also, even if it has close combat, Mewtwo can handle that. But of course, Play Rough will deal neutral damage to two of my Pokemon, but super effective damage to my Garchomp. As long as I have shield left, I should be fine. So anyway, the next Pokemon is going to be a Zekrom. Alright, so the reason why I show you guys this battle is because I'm showing you guys how I actually prep myself to fight against someone who leads with Mewtwo. As said, I will try and catch the Side Strike with my very own Mewtwo and Side Strike the opponent's Mewtwo to take it down. If he brings in another Pokemon, well, my other Pokemon like Groudon can still Fire Punch it down later on at the back. Hopefully it doesn't lose CMP tie against the Mewtwo though, because Mewtwo's is going to win CMP Ramosa, which nobody uses at all. So anyway, back to this, we can see that I'm left with two Pokemon. Alright, I'm gonna bring in my Garchomp. If you guys saw that, I actually selected Garchomp, so that's kind of a good thing for me. Eventually, a double Wild Charge isn't gonna take out Garchomp at all, as it triple resist Wild Charge. But of course, one Play Rough would definitely knock us out. But looking at this situation, I think my can shape. Yeah, man. Alright, so again, Mewtwo. See, everybody is using Mewtwo as their lead, but this is a Shadow Mewtwo, and I saw like, okay, for myself. So he brought in his Dialga. When I saw the CP of the Dialga, I'm like, okay, not so good. Actually, when people are using the Dialga, alright, and if it's a level 51, use one shield against the Iron Head. Don't think I actually showed any example in this video, but Fire Punch will be resisted and it goes blocked, but it's okay. I should have actually tapped on the Fire Punch immediately, though unfortunately I wasn't able to do a bit of cheap damage. But it's totally fine. We're gonna go with our Mewtwo. So my Mewtwo is just gonna Side Strike all the way since my opponent is out of shields. But he brought in his very own Mewtwo. And knowing that he is going to use his Side Strike, I decided to switch into my Garchomp to catch the Side Strike. Otherwise, I don't think I would have won this. Shadow Ball is going to knock. Eventually, we can just shoot up the next serve and then just go with our next Side Strike, which will knock out. Anyway, I'm slowly improving the way I'm playing in the Master League right now. So far, I'm slightly more confident with this team. Like I said, the meta has been changing. I'm slowly getting used to it. Also, in the Great League and in the Ultra League, the meta has also been changing, but I didn't really put too much effort into looking at what would work. But hopefully when the Great League and Ultra League comes back, I would do that, and hopefully we can climb even higher that's like gonna fare really well against Melmetal. Bringing in the Mewtwo. Mewtwo wise, I have to shoot this up first, otherwise it's gonna knock us out already because our Garchomp is left with a little bit of health, but we're gonna go with double Earth powers. Hopefully it's gonna debuff the Mewtwo also, and 2 Earth powers will knock out the Mewtwo. In fact, 1 Outrage will not be enough to knock out the Mewtwo, so we still have to use 2 charge moves for our Garchomp against a full health Mewtwo anyways. So using Earth power is better as you require 1 Mud Shot less to get to if you want to use double of those charge moves. Alright, bringing our very own Mewtwo in. I was afraid that it would be Shadow Ball, so hence why I shielded that up. Gonna bring in our Side Strike. Unfortunately, we lost the CMP tie, but it's totally fine. It's a Side Strike. Gonna use our very own Side Strike to take out the Mewtwo. Let's see if our opponent shields this or not. High chance no, because he's probably gonna save the shield for the next Pokemon, and that's a Dark type Pokemon, that's Darkrai. When I saw this Pokemon, I'm like, okay, this is a very big threat against my team, especially with 1 shield left. I know for a fact because I've done a video using Darkrai, and I did a video to use against Snorlax and even one-shot KO Snorlax with Focus Blast. So now it's not good for us, man. We're gonna go and see that our opponent is gonna use Focus Blast on us. Groudon is no, actually it's not Focus Blast, it's Dark Pulse, but 2 Dark Pulse is gonna take us out. We're gonna go with Fire Punch. Hopefully he shields this up. Unfortunately, my opponent did not shield. It's gonna still save the shield, but we're gonna go with another Fire Punch, and this Fire Punch will definitely burn the shield right now. Great. So are we good to actually take out the Darkrai now? Okay, so now it's left with Garchomp. Alright, Garchomp, you have to do your job. Okay, you have to take out the Darkrai, and we need to get to the Earth Power ASAP. Great, we took out the Darkrai. Alright, and he's left with Melmetal. So the question is, can we survive a superpower? And the answer is yes, we do survive a superpower at this range. However, also since my opponent suffered a debuff, I guess sad for my opponent that this Earth Power is going to take him out. Actually, if he did not debuff himself, if he did like double Rock Slides instead, he could potentially have won that battle against me. I guess my opponent used the wrong move maybe. Against the next opponent right now, Arthur. See, alright. And see, people using Mewtwo again. This is a purified Mewtwo, and I saw this, I'm like, oh my god, it's quite hard pain to see, man. Purified Mewtwo. Alright, but it's okay. It's not my Mewtwo, it's not my purified Mewtwo, but yeah, it's still hard pain to see this. Alright, Side Strike coming in. We're gonna go with our Earth Power soon, not allowing the Mewtwo to reach up to 10 Psycho Cuts. 10 Psycho Cuts will allow it to do 2 Side Strikes, so you can actually let it do 9 Psycho Cuts before you fire off your charge move. That's totally fine also, as long as you can fire off before needing to like waste a shield first. Alright, so I'm gonna try and catch the Side Strike, which we do. Awesome. I'm gonna let this go through, and it's not gonna take us out at all. Even if it's Shadow Ball, we can still survive. Alright, bringing in Dialga. Now we have a problem, guys. Dialga and Mewtwo. I hate this, man. Actually, you know what? I learned that I should not go with Shadow Ball, but go with double Side Strikes instead, because most people will actually shield, and sometimes I cannot reach the Side Strike in time, like in this particular situation. Had I gone with 2 Side Strike, I would have been able to burn the shield and do a bit of chip damage. Actually, not chip damage. I mean, Mewtwo Side Strike is just insanely strong, so we would have taken out the Dialga without needing to burn a shield right now with my Garchomp. So that would have been a better play, so I learned that along the way also. So it's going to bring in a Zacian. With 1 shield left, we are not in a very good position right now, but hopefully we can come back again. Using our Earth Power, taking down half health of the Zacian. Going to try and get to the next Earth Power, which we do. Alright, great for us. This will knock out the Zacian if it goes unshielded. Unfortunately, he went to shield that up. And let's go ahead to see that we're going to try and get to Fire Punch. It should be enough to take out the Zacian, especially now using Close Combat, he's going to get debuff. But knowing that he's going to get double debuff since he's going to use double Close Combat, we're going to try and farm up a bit more energy. But he swapped into Mewtwo. I was hoping it's enough to take out the Mewtwo, and yes, it was enough to take out the Mewtwo with the Mud Shot. You guys can see how crazy Groudon is. Groudon even doing neutral damage with Earth Quick is just insanely strong, man, I must say. Alright, so going to the next battle right now against the next opponent, Huckleberry's Pie. Alright, against her Giratina, origin form Giratina, switching into Zacian. Alright, so there are quite a few people who actually try and catch my Outrage on, I guess, another Pokemon, or in fact my Earth Power on a Pokemon, which you guys will see later on against Yveltal. Alright, so but this battle is against the opponent using Zacian. Gonna go with Earth Power, obviously. Outrage wouldn't do a lot of damage. It would do like maybe only just 15% damage health to Zacian, so that's not gonna be good at all. So second Earth Power is gonna go in. However, oh okay, my opponent did not shoot that. I thought she's gonna shoot that. Gonna bring in Togekiss, though I do not know why she did not want to bring in Togekiss just now. Maybe she didn't want to be switch locked and for me to bring another Pokemon, which I'm still gonna do so anyway. Gonna go with Side Strike. And let's see if our opponent is going to shoot this. High chance she is going to shoot this because she's still left with 2 shields. And it's a level 50 Hundo Togekiss, by the way. Alright, we're going to go with our very own Shadow Ball. Alright, great. Let's see if it lands or not. Nope, it does not. Should have gone with Side Strike, actually. Side Strike would have been better because I could have gotten 2 Side Strikes in and the second one would have landed. But that was quite unfortunate. We're going to bring in Outrage and that will do a crazy amount of damage to the Giratina. Alright, and this Giratina is best buddied, it's level 51. As you guys can see, the CP is 4207. Alright, and it got defense rolls. The problem now is, can we still beat this Giratina despite getting a defense and attack boost? We need to farm it down ASAP. And then after that, go with Fire Punches to take out the Togekiss. 1 Mud Shot, 1 Fire Punch. Or 4 Mud Shots, 1 Fire Punch. That's the way to go. Alright, we're gonna do 4 Mud Shots now and go with the Fire Punch, but she went to use her Ancient Power first, which is totally fine because it will be resistant. Actually, it's Dazzling Gleam. Ouch, actually that hurts a lot. Okay, go with 1 more Fire Punch after 1 Mud Shot. Okay, the next Fire Punch will be able to be used again after 1 more. Oh god, we are dead. We are dead. We are dead. We are dead. Yep, see? That's how quickly it can turn the tide. Alright, I just needed to fire off that one last Fire Punch and we would have scored a win, but it was so close. You thought I was going to win, right? Nah. Alright, so let's go into the next battle against another Mewtwo. See, I told you guys, many people are just leading with Mewtwo. It's just insane. Alright, I mean, of course, we can always lead with Giratina or something that does super effective damage to Mewtwo, especially like Zaru or in fact Darkrai, etc. No, I do not want to use Darkrai. But I'm still going to use Garchomp. Because Garchomp still fares pretty well, especially the strategy that I'm using right now to actually catch the Side Strike. Alright, so Side Strike isn't going to do a lot to Mewtwo. We're going to then see that she's going to switch into a Dialga. This is a level 51 Dialga 4620. Alright, we're going to go with Side Strike now. See, I learned my lesson. Alright, I learned my lesson so we can get to double Side Strikes. Unfortunately, my opponent got to an Iron Head first, so I'm going to let it go through already. Alright. So I'm going to bring in Groudon. Since we have 2 shields left, great. We have a Mewtwo to fight against. We have a Dialga to fight against. But we have Earthquake going to spam in soon. We're going to shield this up. Alright, and we have 1 shield left, which is awesome for us. If we are going to be left with no shields, I'm not going to shield that actually. We're going to go with the Fire Punch to bait the shield. And let's see, my opponent did not shield that. But it's okay. We can still farm down and get a bit more energy. Mewtwo is going to be back. We're going to go with the Fire Punch bait again. I was actually contemplating between the Fire Punch and the Earthquake, but Fire Punch would actually be good in this situation. We're going to have to use a shield to shield up against the Side Strike, otherwise it's going to one-shot KO our Groudon and waste all of our energy. We're going to go with the Earthquake right now. Earthquake is going to take out the Mewtwo. Hopefully it is enough. Alright, and it is obviously enough. We're going to go and see that the last Pokemon is an Excadrill. But we are not good because we had to do this. We had to catch the Drill Run after 5 Mud Shots. Reason for that is because the Drill Run, if it takes our Groudon out and then it's going to take out our Garchomp, which wouldn't be able to reach to its Earth Power in time because it requires 7 Mud Shots to get to Earth Power as compared to just 5 Mud Shots to get to Drill Run. So that catch was needed, otherwise I would have lost that battle totally. Alright, going to the next battle against Bruno Nan. And again, not Mewtwo lah, now it's Giratina. Alright, so Giratina, actually I'm happy to see someone using Giratina because Outrage would be really awesome to do a lot of damage to it. I kind of realized also that most people, like 90% of the players, would actually shield up against my, I guess, Garchomp. So I decided to even start using Earth Power instead of the Outrage. And furthermore, like I said, also you still need 2 charge moves to take out the Giratina. And even against like Mewtwo, etc. So you might as well just go with Earth Power. So I decided to shield that up. We're going to go with another Outrage. Let's see if we can actually burn a second shield. It's going to do a crazy amount of damage. Alright, burning the second shield, we're going to bring in Groudon, but he brought in Togekiss. Not good for us. His Pokemon in level 50. And I realized that also, I don't know if they actually like squished in the bubbles of the fire though. I can just put my thumb in the middle instead of needing to like swipe anymore, and still can get excellent. It's good. Alright, last time I think is still is wider, so much so that you only can get up to great. So that's something that I kind of learned also. And I think even for psychic, the circle has been smaller, which is great. It's easier to get to excellent as compared to last time. So okay, we're gonna farm down the Togekiss. Togekiss is out. Let's see what's the next Pokemon. It is gonna be the Giratina. We have to get to Earth Power, which we do. Look at that. Look at how insane Groudon is, man. It's so tanky. I mean, I don't think it's as tanky as like a Blissey, right? I mean, nobody uses Blissey in the Master League. Alright, but basically it's not as tanky as a lot of other Pokemon, but still you can see the amount of work that it does, especially with the Earthquake doing neutral damage. It's gonna bring in Mewtwo. It's gonna bring in Melmetal. I mean, still M-E-L instead of M-E-W. Mew-Metal. Mew-Metal. Alright, Melmetal. And we have Shadow Ball, so double Shadow Balls will be enough to take out the Melmetal. And then we can just Psycho Cut down the next Pokemon, which would be the Giratina with just a sliver of health. So of course, if we have Focus Blast, we will one-shot KO the Melmetal. I'm gonna actually shield this up against the Rock Slide, definitely. I mean, we are just gonna Psycho Cut down the Melmetal. And the question is, are we able to win this? No. You guys thought I was gonna win, right? See, that's how close the battles can be. Alright, he was just one Psycho Cut away, 0.5 seconds, one turn away from losing, and he got to his Shadow Ball and he scored a win. Alright, next opponent is going to be Orphangrang, and he's going to lead with Kyogre. So Kyogre wise, in the past, before Garchomp actually had Earth Power, before his Community Day move Earth Power, if it only has access to Outrage and Earthquake, it's going to lose to Kyogre. However, now with access to Mudshot and also Earth Power, it actually beats Kyogre. So that's a good thing. We're going to do one Mudshot and do the Earthquake right now. Sorry, Earth Power right now, not Earthquake. Earthquake requires more energy. See, it beats the Kyogre in an even shield situation. Alright, so bringing in Dialga level 51, Dialga 4620. Alright, but we're going to go with our Fire Punch bait. Hopefully our opponent shields this. High chance he is going to, unless he's going to waste his energy from his Iron Head. We're going to shield up against the Iron Head, because if we don't shield up against the Iron Head, there's a chance that we're going to get knocked out by that, also a Draco Meteor. Okay, we're going to go with the Earthquake right now, and we're going to probably switch into Mewtwo, I think. Yeah, alright, switching into Mewtwo, since we're going to win CMP tie against the Ominous Wind. However, of course, we have less energy than the Giratina. We'll still survive a Shadow Ball. We're going to get to Side Strike. We're going to bring in Groudon to actually farm down the Giratina after that, provided it actually survives this. Yes, it does. Going to bring in the Groudon right now. We're gonna farm up a bit more energy, like maybe to 1.5 Earthquakes before we actually fire off our charge move to take out the Giratina, so that we can actually have a higher chance to get to our Earthquake before an Iron Head comes through. Alright, so look at this, double Earthquakes, man. Like, it's insane, man. Yeah, look at that, look at that. I think the only other Pokemon that gets to Earthquake faster than this particular Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, is Regirock with Earthquake and Lock-On. Because Lock-On is a 5 energy per turn fast move, whereas Mudshot is a 4.5 energy per turn fast move. And both, of course, Earthquake will require the same amount of energy to use. So bringing in Dialga, after that switch, I'm going to bring in my own Groudon, because a Garchomp does not fare as well against a Dialga as compared to my Groudon, since it doesn't suffer super effective damage from those Dragon Breaths. Alright, great. I'm actually going to shield this, because since my opponent has already utilized one shield against my Earthquake, okay, we can actually use one shield already. I'm just taking a look at my iPad to see what's coming in. Somebody just opened my gift. Alright, great. And Iron Head just came through again. We had just double shield our Groudon. Alright, we're gonna go with the Earthquake, and this will take out the Dialga. Okay, bringing in Giratina again. Giratina will get hit by the Earthquake. Actually, he should have gone with Ominous Wind ASAP, and he's probably contemplating if he should shield this or not. He did not shield that. We're going to bring our own Garchomp. Alright, I'm going to save a bit of health on my Groudon. Maybe I use it as a third shield later on, since it's just left with a sliver of health. It can't survive anything other than, I guess, some CP10 Pokemon using its fast move, maybe. Alright, so it's not going to be enough to take out the Giratina, as the Giratina is going to be able to shield up Use its Shadow Ball, take us out. We're gonna bring in Mewtwo now. Hopefully we can try and catch the Shadow Ball. No, actually we don't have to, because we're gonna get to Side Strike sooner than him getting to any of his moves. Taking out the Giratina. You're gonna see the last Pokemon is a Melmetal. But we ain't gonna survive the Rock Slide, so we have to catch the Rock Slide with our Groudon. That's the win con right now. Alright, so I'm looking at it, timing it right. Gonna switch into Groudon now. Alright, great. Switching into Groudon, catching the Rock Slide. If we didn't catch the Rock Slide, like I said, we would have been taken out, as we need to get to 2 Shadow Balls. Right, using our first Shadow Ball right now. And then we're gonna use our second right after we are able to do right now. And hopefully the Psycho cards will be enough to take out the Melmetal. Alright, new Pokemon. You guys actually know the Shadow Ball is enough already. Great, we knocked it out. Yeah, that was a really close call, but that was quite insane. So we still got a few more battles to run through, and this battle is going to be the interesting one. Check this out, guys, against XH the Cutest. Oh my god, Mewtwo again. Mewtwo lead. See, everybody is leading with Mewtwo, I told you guys. Alright, so Mewtwo, same strategy again. We're gonna let the Side Strike go through first, then after that use our Earth Power, then after that bring in our Mewtwo to try and catch the Side Strike. So here we go, man. Earth Power first. Alright, and then we're gonna hope that we can catch the Side Strike, which we do. Awesome, well played. Why am I even saying that myself? Well played, I'm not sure, man. Alright, so then he's gonna bring in a second Pokemon, and that is Zekrom. So Zekrom actually has Crunch, Wild Charge, or Flash Cannon. Some people do use Flash Cannon on it, though I feel running Crunch and Wild Charge is better. So we're gonna Side Strike it one time, and then let's see if we can get to a second one. Yes, we do. This will knock out the Zekrom if it goes unshielded. And let's see if our opponent shields this. Yes, he decided to shield this. We're gonna bring in our Groudon now. So look at this. Alright, look at this. Groudon is switch locked. Alright, and it's gonna get Crunch one time. Debuffed! Oh my god, that was so sad to see. I was like, okay, this guy must be super duper lucky if we get a second one. And he did actually get a second one. Look. Yeah, it's very low chance for that to happen, and he actually got that. That was quite insane. Yeah. So let's see that now. We are actually really good. We decided to switch out the Groudon to actually remove the debuffs, bringing in the Garchomp right now to use the Earth Power, almost knocking out the Dialga, but we have one shield left just in case it's going to use its charge move, and it does. We're going to have to shield up against whatever that comes in. Otherwise, we're going to get taken out. We're going to have to farm down the Dialga. Hopefully, the last Pokemon is weak to our Ground-type Pokemon. Actually, no one is Mewtwo. Like, you guys forgot that it's Mewtwo, is it? Yeah, it is Mewtwo. I told you guys, everybody is leading with Mewtwo. Alright, I think the Fire Punch would have been enough to take it out also. I think only by the Earthquake we would definitely take it out, so hence why I went for that. Alright, so the next battle is against Sean Wu. Yeah, okay, clearly he said I am Sean Wu, and he's starting with Ho-Oh, alright? So not many people are using Ho-Oh at this range anymore. Previously, when I was at 2100-ish elo, a lot of people were using Ho-Oh, and Ho-Oh, I actually hate fighting against it. But now with Garchomp on my team, I actually kind of am okay with it, alright? As long as I shield up against the Brave Bird, which I forgot to shoot up against that. Alright, I was actually watching television, like the TV here in the room while I'm doing the battle, so sometimes, you know, I like get sidetracked a bit, and I sometimes forget to like shield or whatsoever. Yeah, you guys can see the battle was done at 1 AM. Basically, I was just on the bed, just doing the battles while watching some movies along the way, and like I said, sometimes I don't focus. Yeah, there was even one battle that was quite ridiculous. I could have actually gone with the Fire Punch to score a win, but I was trying to get to the Earthquake, unknowingly that actually the opponent's health was just left with one sliver of health. Alright? And there was another time the other day where my opponent actually still had a last Pokemon left, and I thought it was over already. I stopped tapping, but I just needed one more fast move to take out my opponent, and I actually lost. It happens, alright? But I'm gonna focus even more next time. Anyway, back to this though. We're gonna go with our Side Strike to do a lot of damage to the Zacian, hopefully. Alright, great, half health gone. We're gonna try and get to a second Side Strike, which we do. We are just only one turn away from being taken out by the Snarl, which we are gonna get taken out right now. Groudon is gonna come in, and we're gonna probably not shield up against this, right? I don't remember shielding up against this. Alright, Close Combat comes in. Great for us because we're gonna have to shield this then, because Fire Punch will be enough to take out the Zacian right now. But the question is the last Pokemon, the Ho-Oh, the big Fire Bird. How are we gonna take it out, man? We cannot Fire Punch it because it would not be enough. It's gonna resist all of our moves, alright? But look at this. Look at how crazy Groudon is, alright? It's gonna do its ground type Earthquake to do resistant damage to one-shot KO the Ho-Oh with that amount of health level. I was actually quite stunned though, but that was quite amazing. Gonna go into the next battle against a Japanese player, I believe so, Makoto, and using Yveltal. So Yveltal against my other two Pokemon does really well against them. So I know I have to use my Garchomp to take it out no matter what. So when people do switch in Yveltal against my Garchomp, I always stay in. I do not actually switch out. Alright, so we're going to go with the Outrage right now. Of course, Earth Power, there's a chance for debuff, but it's going to not do a lot of damage to a flying type Pokemon. So we're going to go with that. We're going to shield up against the Dark Powers. Luckily, we can actually survive very well against Dark Powers for Garchomp. So we're going to go with not Earthquake, sorry. We're going to go with Outrage right now. It's going to be outrageous for me if I actually do go with Earth Power, guys. Okay. So bringing in Dialga, it's a level 51 Dialga, 4604, but it's not a Hundo. Alright, Hundo will be 16 CP higher. Okay, we're gonna switch into Groudon. We're gonna farm down the Dialga, hopefully, but he brought in a Kyogre. So not good for us, but we're gonna go with our Fire Punch. Hopefully we can burn a shield because our opponent is left with 2 shields. Thinking I'm gonna go with an Earthquake, and he does shield that really good. We're gonna go with the Earthquake right now. We're gonna do a lot of damage if this goes unshielded. Alright, and my opponent is just farming up energy, man, against my Groudon. You guys can see that clearly. Alright, we are down. No, we are still not down yet. We are still not over yet. We still have Mewtwo. Mewtwo is going to come in and fire off whatever he can against the Kyogre. Alright, I'm thinking to actually farm down the Kyogre since it's left with so little health. And with double side strikes on my Mewtwo against the Dialga, it would definitely be good. So I decided to do that. We're going to go with double side strikes against the Dialga. And since he's left with one shield, alright, we can actually get this double side strike. Correct? No, we couldn't. I did not catch the side strike. Alright, I should have side strike, the Iron Head. I should have actually caught the Iron Head with the Garchomp, and then I could have fired off a second side strike and wouldn't have scored a loss. Yep, so that was a mistake on my part. That was a slight mistake. I think my switch clock was ready, so I could have actually switched. So that was super close. Alright, next opponent with a Pikachu outfit. Full Pikachu outfit though. I think this is the second last battle already. If I'm not mistaken, battle number 13. Alright, against Zacian. So like I said, a lot of people are using Mewtwo, but there are people who lead with Zacian also. For Zacian wise, I definitely will have to shield. In fact, might even double shield against the charge moves, as a Play Rough will definitely take our Garchomp out. And most people will just use Play Rough. However, there are cases that people use close combat just to burn a shield or bait, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference because it's just one fast move difference. Alright, close combat, like I said, people use that. Okay, then he brought in Yveltal, and I saw that, I'm like, okay, I have to stay in. I have to stay in with our Garchomp because Garchomp is the only answer against Yveltal. And I was just praying that he does not shield, because if he were to shield up against any of my Outrage, the chances of me winning would drop dramatically. Alright, we're gonna go with that, seeing that he actually shielded that, but it's okay. We can still survive a Dark Pulse, but if it's Focus Blast, we are dead. Hurricane also, we can still survive that. Luckily for that, we're gonna go with another Outrage already. This will be enough to take out the Yveltal, provided it goes unshielded. So now we have a big problem. Alright, we have a big problem. Yveltal can survive a Fire Punch from my Groudon at this range. Is gonna get to its charge move super duper easy. Of course, Mewtwo isn't gonna fare well against the Yveltal at all. It's gonna get taken out by the Dark Pulse super duper easily. So at this point of time, I was really worried. Yep, look at it. 2 Dark Pulse, man, onto my Groudon. And I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna lose this one. And furthermore, he brought in a level 50 Kyogre. Okay, we're gonna do a bit of chip damage with our Fire Punch. That's all we can do. Mewtwo, is all up to you, man. Can you actually score us a win against the Yveltal also? But you guys will be amazed at how I actually ended off this battle, okay? So check this out. We're gonna go with Side Strike. Gonna do a lot of damage to the Kyogre. Check this out. This is really insane. This is definitely the best battle among all of those battles that I've done. Gonna go with another Side Strike to take out the Kyogre. Didn't want any more damage to come through. And now, how are we going to beat this? We have 2 Pokemon against 2 Pokemon. We have so little left on our health, and we have an Yveltal to actually handle, man. Alright, I'm going to bring in the Zacian, but he switched into the Yveltal. I brought in my Garchomp to do a lot of damage because, you know, the Psycho Cut will be resisted. We have a Side Strike ready to use against the Zacian, and the Zacian is going to get taken out. It's not going to win CMP tie against Mewtwo, and we scored a win. That was insane. That was the most insane moment when I did that battle. I was like, Whoa, we actually won that. Okay, that was quite insane. We're gonna go into the last battle right now against Ichikola W and against Dialga. So like I said, against Dialga, this is a level 51 Dialga. I'm gonna show you guys what happens right now. So you guys can see I just got to Earth Power, but my health just reached yellow, which means I cannot get to a second Earth Power if I were to continue. So I switched into Groudon. Alright, but if it's a level 50 Dialga, not best buddied, I actually can get to 2 Earth Powers, and I have to shoot up against the Iron Head to burn 2 shields or do a lot of damage to the Dialga. So hence why I decided to actually pull a switch into a Groudon. Unfortunately, my opponent pulled a switch into Kyogre. So we're gonna use our chip damage strategy again after doing the Earthquake, as we are not left with a lot of health. We can't reach to another Earthquake already. So Surf is gonna come in, that's gonna knock us out. We're gonna bring in Mewtwo to actually farm down the Kyogre. Alright, bring the Mewtwo, farm down the Kyogre. Hopefully it doesn't get to the Surf, which it's not able to. Really awesome. Let's see what's the next Pokemon. Next Pokemon is going to be... she's waiting for the Switch Clock guy. Alright, it's gonna be Groudon. Alright, so she's using Groudon and Kyogre and Dialga, a very interesting team. All level 50 Pokemon. Alright, and this is just insane. We're gonna go with a second Side Strike right now. Mewtwo with energy is just utterly ridiculous. Alright, gonna bring in the Dialga, but the question is how are we gonna beat this, man? I was trying to catch the Iron Head. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to. If my opponent actually used her Iron Head, I would have actually been in a better position. So right now, are we good? Let me tell you guys this. The answer is no. You guys wanna know why? Because the Dialga is going to take us out very easily, especially with its double Iron Head that's coming through right now. We can't get to a Shadow Ball. I don't think it's in Side Strike range to be taken out. I don't think, but I could be wrong. Alright, if it's a level 50 Dialga, I would say yes, it should be in range, but level 51, it may not be, so hence why I was trying to get to the Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, we scored a loss. But it's okay, our ratings went from 2,100-ish to 2,285 in the next episode. Hopefully we can climb up to 2,300-ish. Alright, we are 50 battles away from reaching 1,000 battles and also completing the time research also. We will see what we get as the rewards also towards the end. But that is all that I have to show to you guys in this video. It's a very long video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I read in the comments that some of you guys actually enjoy the long format of my Go Battle League videos. Of course, I like making long format, so it just takes more time and effort out of me to actually do all this. So when I'm traveling, when I don't really have much time and energy, I try and show you guys only like 7 or 8 battles, but today is a bit special, showing you guys 14 battles. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, definitely leave a like on the video. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And I'll see you guys in the next episode in the next video, alright? It's time to say goodbye!
Bye guys!
Do you like my eye? Stop touching your eye lah, Brandon. You're gonna get a second eye infection. It's stupid. Alright? Don't worry, I have a nurse here. Don't worry, guys. I won't go blind. Wait, this nurse doesn't even know how to treat eyes. It's fine. Alright, so goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.